Hi, I'm Catherine Cochran, and I had the good fortune of knowing Don Williams. My husband was Charles Cochran, and he was Don's longtime piano player and his string arranger on his records. So they were fast friends and had been from years since Don came to town in 1970. He landed at Jack Clement's studio, and so that's how his career started in Nashville, and he just took off because he was a very good talent, and the Nashville recording scene and the executives recognized that right off the way. And so Jack Clement, the famous Jack Clement, took him on his journey, got him launched in the proper way, got him set up, and made good productions for him, got the proper musicians for Don to have play behind him. And many of those musicians stayed as studio musicians throughout his career. So a lot of those guys stayed with him too, and the music that you hear, they don't just change out. It's basically the same musicians every time. And there were ones that Don was satisfied with, so they were lucky and got to stay. So that's because of Charles. I was able to visit with Don on occasions, and I met Joy the next time we met. She was at the session, and Joy Williams is a very pleasant person. She is just an absolute delight. And I'm sure you've heard from the stories that you've seen that they were fast married and very together. They were a very together person. And I remember somebody said, "Did you get down on your knees and propose to Joy?" You know, he said, "Well," he said, "she didn't say no." So he got her right off the bat, you know, and they had a long marriage and two kids. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, Don was such a fantastic fellow, and very good looking. And that's one thing that the ladies always remark about, is that he was very good looking, and that he was. He was has a chiseled face, and he had the beard, you know, the wonderful beard, the classic beard. And of course, he wore that hat during the sessions too. You very rarely saw him without the hat. It was his signature trademark, and he was comfortable in it, and he liked wearing it real well. So that's why we always saw him in that classic hat. The story on that was he was in Dixie Dixie K the Dixie Kings and the dance. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. I shouldn't even try. Anyway, it was a Burt Reynolds movie, and Don got the hat to wear in that movie, and so it kind of suited him, and he liked it. It was a nice Stetson, and he wore it during the movie, and he wore it in the second movie that he was in with Burt Reynolds, and the hat became a trademark for him. What the story goes is that at one point someone stole the hat, and so there was a big calamity about who stole the hat. And so there's two stories: one that he got the hat back, and the other story is that he went to Stetson and they rebuilt him a new one, which I have a tendency to believe, but you know, it's whatever's your choice. But at any rate, he wore the hat. He wore the hat till the day he died, and you can tell in those last videos from Ireland that the hat's pretty worn out by that point. So anyway, that was a wonderful occasion we had at Dawn. I see my lights is interrupting my visual over here. But anyway, so that was the story of the introduction I had to Don, and learning about his time at Jack Clements, and his career just getting launched off. So that's one thing that we really had a good time on, and remarked very well. So I'll settle it out for that this time, and I'll be on again soon. I'll tell you another story about Don Williams, as much as I know, and I went on for about 20 years. We'll talk again. And I'm Catherine Cochran. I'm on YouTube at Catherine Cochran. I'm a 7958. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.